Hey everyone. Sorry, too loud. How are we doing today? Is this an old age home or an open bar? Let's try that one more time. How are we doing today, everyone? Yeah, there we go. Nice, all right. So, welcome to Funtasia 2019, and thank you all for coming. I'll be honest with you all, this is my sixth-ish time making this speech, so sorry if my jokes fall flat or if I repeat anything, but let's just work with it. Let's go, let's do it. All right, in case you haven't figured out at this point, my name is Vincent Eaton, and I have MHE. Very good. This is my dad. MHE is a disease that causes numerous cartilage cap tumors to grow throughout the body, ranging from head to toe, and I was diagnosed with it at about 7 or 8 months old, and have had to deal with it ever since. Due to MHE, I've had over 30 surgeries, 200 tumors, and cancer, all by the ripe age of 24 years old. And I'm up here to talk to you today about life with MHE as a young adult, or I actually consider myself a really old kid. So during my speech back in 2017, I gave a little update as to what is going on in both the world and in the realm of MHE. But unfortunately this time around, there haven't been too many new Taylor Swift albums or 20 new versions of the iPhone that we could reflect upon. But I'm happy to report that a lot has happened in my life and in the realm of MHE that we could talk about today. But before I get into that, however, I do want to express my sincerest gratitude to Vin Diesel and the rest of the Fast and the Furious crew for not coming up with one movie per month like they did the past 10 years. We were all tired of it, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Well, anyway, I digress. In the past couple of years, a lot has happened in my life that I believe would not have come about if we're not for MHE, both for the better and for the worse. Throughout my life, I spent a lot of time in doctor's offices and hospital rooms, whether it be sitting in exam rooms waiting to hear what surgery I would have next, or wandering the hospital corridors, post-op, with the back of my hospital gown wide open, mooning everyone I walked past, ignorantly and blissfully enjoying both the combined effects of the pain meds and that chilly air conditioning on my gluteus maximus. But needless to say, all of these experiences growing up in waiting rooms and ORs subconsciously instilled within me the desire to train to become a physician, and that dream was finally realized in January of 2018. This past year, thank you. This past year, I started my medical training at Creighton University down in Omaha, Nebraska. And yes, I just said Omaha, Nebraska. Like, damn, where's that, right? I didn't know what that was either until I interviewed there, so don't worry. Sorry. But anyway, this past year, being in medical school, as someone who spent so much time on the opposite side of the table, has been pretty interesting, to say the least. Dealing with a chronic illness like MHE, while being in a place where disease and sickness is just such an abstract concept, has been pretty challenging at times. At school, we talk about medicine like all of this disease and suffering only affects our future patients, and not us at all. As if we are immune to it all, while in reality, chronic disease is a very real and a very concrete problem for a lot of us, MHE patients like myself included. In these past few years, MHE has started to take on a bit of a different role in my life. In the past, it mainly manifested as like a surgery or two to get rid of a bump and things would be all good. But more recently, as I get older and I realize the full potential that MHE, the effects it could have on my life, it's become a bit of a new beast, and it started to take more of a toll on my life. Is that new tumor growing too fast? Wait, when did it even first pop up? Should I get it checked out? Is it malignant? These are all questions that race through my mind every time I find a new bone, and every time every other MHE patient and their parents may find one. I always thought that by the time I was older, all this stuff would be done, that tumors would stop growing and I'd be good to go. But here I am, 24 years old and finding new tumors every few months. And God knows my 5'6" and 3/4 inch, might I add, self stopped growing like 50 years ago. Sorry. The most recent problematic one was a growth that popped up on the bottom of my foot that was about the size of a walnut, bringing with it the pain and frustrations associated with walking around with a walnut-sized rock in the bottom of my shoe for a year. This new tumor knocked me off my feet, both literally and proverbially, time and time again. But once again, there are always positives that come out of every experience, and with this tumor came a new little bonus. So this past summer, I had the opportunity to have the surgery down in West Palm Beach at the Paley Institute, where there's a plethora of amazing physicians, including Dr. Feldman. And while I was there, I was able to do a summer research project for the couple of months as well. Sarah helped me set it up. It was awesome. I was able to do a project on MHE and see new MHE patients day in and day out. And during my time there, I was able to meet different MHE patients that really made things more real for me. And being able to bear witness to the progress that this foundation has done and the trial and everything has been a real humbling experience. And I could not be happier with what I saw. So in the realm of MHE, things have been going pretty well, and there's things that everyone involved with the foundation is really, really excited about. The clinical trial for the drug palovarotene, sorry, I still can't pronounce it even though it's pretty easy, is currently underway, enrolling over 100 patients at 10 different sites here in the US and 11 different countries abroad. The fact that within a few years a cure, or at least a treatment for MHE is on the horizon, is something that I literally cannot even put into words. With the treatment on the horizon, I'm very happy to be able to look forward to the future, free of complications, free of worry, free of fear from this disease. And I'm very happy that you're all here to take part in this, and I appreciate it. So, thank you. So, all in all, in conclusion, things are looking really bright for the foundation and for the future of the MHE world. Through my experiences, whether it be through the foundation, through numerous support groups I've been on online, or through my time spent at the Paley Institute this summer, I've had the pleasure and the absolute privilege to meet countless MHE patients. Through my encounters with these fellow MHEers, quote unquote, I've learned that we come in all different shapes and sizes. Short, tall, skinny, chubby, but devilishly good looking, me, sorry. We've seen it all. But even though we all may be different, our battle with MHE is something that unites us. Although at times dealing with this, with tumor after tumor, surgery after surgery, and all the associated frustrations, it may be really hard and may be very isolating. It is also something that can bring people together like no other and help form a community. And today, that community grows by 250. Each and every one of you here today is now part of our MHE family. It is events like this that truly mean a lot and have a huge impact on myself and others suffering from this disease. I am blessed to have such an amazing support base, as proven by everyone here today. Without the support of you all, the MHE Research Foundation, all the advances it has made in the past few years would be simply non-existent. It is the foundation that takes this devastating diagnosis, an illness, a depression, a frustration, and turns into amazing moments like today. New families and friends coming together to fight MHE. Some support, new friendships, joy, and above all, hope. So I'd like to just say thank you to everyone for coming out, for my family who has spent so much time working on this while I was busy at school, including my dad this time. I didn't thank him enough last year. He was mad at me. He's great, it was awesome. Great, everyone. Round of applause. And also for everyone else that came out and made this day possible. My name is Vincent Eaton. I'm an MHE patient, I'm an MHE advocate, and I'm an MHE warrior. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for listening.
Come on, let's give a nice round of applause for Vincent and all of our MHE patients here, and all of the parents and the people that take care of the MHE patients. This is from my wife, Susan, from our family, and from the foundation. Now, just to clarify, if you were here 2 years ago, you may have understood why Vincent just made that comment, because he profusely thanked my wife for everything that my wife does for the foundation. And that's actually true, because I take no credit for anything that is up here on these tables. But then I threatened to take away his cell phone, and then that's why this year he thanked me. But let's give Vincent a nice round of applause. We also want to give a nice round of applause for our sponsors this afternoon. Let's give a nice round for